Hey everybody, it's Heather and Perla. Say hi, Purper. She said hello. She's a little tired. For my update today, I just want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. As of today, I have 320 subscribers. This is day 74 of my 90-day journey on how long does it take a YouTuber to monetize. When I started on January 6th, I had 0 content, 0 subscribers, 0 everything. If you look at the about page, or that's for a website, I'm not sure what it says now that I think about it. Anyways, if you look at the about me on YouTube, it will show that my channel's been around for over 10 years. And that is because I am a single mom of 2 kids in college now, and a little slice of Texas that I maintain myself. Thank you, YouTube. I've used YouTube too. I've put in new gutters. I've fixed the septic. We have a pony, dogs, cats. We've had all the animals, all the things. So I was in the telecom industry for 25 years. I drove from the country to the city, and I chose to raise my kids outside of the city for what felt right for me, being a single mom. So all right, so day 74, 320 subs, 199 watchtowers, 7,000 views, and we need 1,000 subscribers, and we need 4,000 watch hours. So we are not quite there. We also know that it is baby steps. So we're still taking baby steps, and we're still being super patient, because if everything happened immediately that we wanted, we wouldn't have time to adjust ourselves. And that is a lesson I learned a very long time ago. And if that's the first time you've heard that one, let me repeat it. Baby steps are good, because for those of you that like the word manifestation, if manifestations happened instantly, which everybody would love that in some cases, right? However, we wouldn't have time to adjust the wants and the needs for our life. So sometimes it's like, okay, sleep on it, think it through. You know, everybody has different ways of thinking through the how do you want your life? How do you want to create your life? And it really is like, put some thought into it. You know, make sure that you are really coming to some serious details on how you want things to be. For example, both of my kids built their own computers at 16, and they've been gamers, and now they're both in my mind, they're brilliant in their own rights, and they both are doing their own things. And but let's say you're a gamer, and I remember when they were really little and they started playing Minecraft, and Minecraft was funny to me because my goddaughter is the same age as my kids, and she spent a lot of time with us at our house. And so my kids, they're creators, right? I mean, everybody's a creator, but in Minecraft, this was a whole cool thing where they're showing me like, Mom, look at this island, and I built this, and there's like fire, and you know, all this stuff, right? To me, it was like, if y'all don't know about Minecraft, or if you've heard it and you're not sure the details on it, to me, it was a computerized Legos for us, you know, older folks. And it's way more than that. So don't for a second think that I think I know what I'm talking about. I know this much. And then I might know a little bit more than someone else, only because my kids chose to teach me along the way a little bit. So anyways, here's what the deal was for me. Minecraft was funny because my girls would create these like very elaborate different kinds of like a cottage versus a mansion and a castle and on an island, and there'd be like floating floating fire features. I don't even remember, it was a long time ago. Floating fire features on water, and then they would walk through all of these structures that they had made. So again, just to go back, we are not going on a tangent. We are really discussing creating your best life. So I'm just giving an analogy of what it was like for my 7-year-olds. So they're showing me, mom, come look at this. And so I'm watching them as they're showing me this world, this online world that they've created. And and then they're my goddaughter, who was essentially just like a third daughter to me, to us, to our little family. Her superpower, if you will, was, hey, can I see that? And then she would sit down at the computer and she would literally blow everything up. And she got so much, I know, Perla, that's her jam. She got so much pleasure out of blowing things up. And it wasn't destroying someone else's life work. And I realize I'm being dramatic with my words, but it really upset my kids because they were 7 and they're like, oh, why would she do that? And I would just have to laugh and say, well, how long would it take you to recreate it? Oh, it'll take forever. And the truth is it doesn't take forever. And maybe the next time when they created their online journey, that maybe they actually liked the second one better. So this is all an analogy to what I've been thinking about life lately, and my weird sporadic like crying sessions. I have no clue about this. I'm okay, Perla. She's been wondering about me. So the idea of creating the life that you want, people talk about manifestations and how they want things to happen, like the now of our world, because technology has made so many things so easily accessible, right? I mean, you can download an app in like 3 seconds, and the next thing you know, you have like a new bank account. The next thing you know, you've bought a house. I mean, I am not in that place. I am throwing things out there. I just know that some things happen so much quicker than they used to. And I just was thinking today that a lot of us need to remember that sometimes creating things might take a few goes. And sometimes sleeping on an idea or a thought, if it's upsetting to you, or if it's like a new creation or a new thing that you want to do, like, oh, maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. Well, when I started, I only talked about monetary, I still spend so many hours a day researching how to monetize YouTube. And I do bring that information here, but what I found was that over time, and as many sleeps as I had for 74 days, I was enjoying more of sharing my Heather's life lessons, or the downloads I get in my sleep at night, and when I wake up and I think about quotes I've written in my journals over the years, or life lessons I've learned when I was, I traveled for a month once with one of my best friends, all through Italy, and how we were, we only took enough money. We didn't know, we were in our 20s. We only took enough money to share one meal a day so that we could also go and do the cultural stuff we wanted to do. And, like one day, where were we? I think we were in Venice. She wanted to rent bikes, I mean, we just had backpacks and we were taking trains through Italy, but she wanted to rent bikes. And so for us to be able to do that, we had like bread that day instead of a meal that we shared. So that's part of your lesson for this video, is that sometimes what we want and what we end up with can be dramatically different. But this kind of is piggyback on yesterday, like what we create, like, okay, is what's happening to us in the world happening to us or for us? And I want to say it's both. So you're creating with the thoughts that you think, and then you're also allowing life to happen around you with the full-on knowledge that life is letting you create, but it's also supporting you. So when it's saying like it's happening to you, the idea of it is like, okay, if you're running late because you hit every red light, well, maybe you avoided a traffic jam or an accident, God forbid. And I'm not super religious. If you're new to me, I'm very spiritual in my way that I think, but I definitely don't push anything like that. I just I fully believe that we need more joy in this world, and for each of us to figure out how to find our own. And that spans all sorts of political thoughts and religious thoughts and spiritual thoughts and theories, and I mean thousands of years of information. So everybody is your own person. Please continue to be your beautiful self. I just wanted to tell everyone that if this is the first time you heard my voice or the last, you are kind, you are loved, you are supported. If that rings true, or if it doesn't, join my community, hit subscribe, like, share, do all the stuff to engage with the content. If you're new, or if you're thinking about starting your own channel, engagement is really the best way that you will see results in your own channel. So engagement means like, subscribe, share. These are all what I feel like overused words, but there's not a whole lot of other words to use, so we just kind of have to go with it. We're not dumb, we're all smart, we know what we're talking about, we know what we're doing. There's a lot of things that you don't want to hear on repeat, and me neither, I get it. So but one thing I do like repeats is whenever I really feel a sense of relief, when I feel a sense of productivity, when I feel a sense of like, you know, finality, like I finally got this right, or this today felt right. Accomplishment, I guess, is the word I'm reaching for. So I wish you well. If this is the first time you've heard this, any type of material from me, I just want you to know that you should come back. I try to come here every day with my dog Perla, who has decided to nap on this one. Sometimes she sits and listens very intently. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, she said she was listening intently. Anyhow, we love you. We're going to go run errands, but we always think of you whenever we get in the car. So, just wanted you to know that we love you, and don't forget that you are creating your best life as you go. Oh, and there's one more part I want to add to this really quick, even though I already kind of said bye. There's people that say both parts of this, right? So, okay, I'm just going to spit it out. You can create your own life with the way that you think, with the way that you prepare things, with the way that you are, because you're perfect just how you are right now in this moment. You're perfect just how you are. And some people say like, oh, well, if you get an opportunity and if you don't act on it, then, you know, it'll never come back around. No. In my mind, and so this is where I was saying like there's different schools of thought on this, but in my mind, it'll come back to you. If it was meant for you, it'll come back to you. And that's what I think, that sometimes we can get really bummed out, like, oh, you know, like, I can't believe I missed that. And then you'll beat yourself up forever. Like, you know, it's like going round and round in your head. Let all that just go. Just let it go. When they talk about meditation, and I'm not a big meditator, I have been in my past, but I found that I really like to walk. And that it's like a walking meditation. I started doing that years ago before I'd ever heard of it, and I just, because I couldn't make myself meditate, so I found that walking and thinking through things really just helped. And whatever your deal is, maybe you lifting weights, and maybe you are an artist, maybe you like gardening, so anything that takes your mind off of, like, I think, super intenseness of the world, and lets you really dive into the things that your soul loves, I think that's meditation. So that's my thought. And then my bonus for today was that there's nothing in this life that's going to pass you by that was meant for you. And a lot of people might tell you different, and you can just think in your head, well, that's not what Heather said. If you need a second opinion, if you think like I do, there's your second opinion. I really believe that the things that are meant for us come back if we somehow miss them. You know, if life gets in the way. And we need to stop beating up on ourselves. Look at this. My eyes. I can't believe it. I'm getting weirdly emotional. I actually have to look. So, that is that. I just wanted everyone to know that I love you, and Perla and I will be back later. Perla, come here, say hi. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna have to fake it. Come on, Perla, come on. Perla, come here. Tell everybody bye. She loves you. Bye.